everyone, today we'll be trading a crow, and actually by the time I'm recording this intro, I've already traded away my crow, and I know that the offer that I got in the end and the offers I got along the way were really interesting. So please stick around to the end to see what I got, and hope you enjoyed the video. So first up we have this Mega Dodo Bird offer, and there are about 5 megas in this offer and 4 neons, which is always a good thing because normally mega and neon pets have a higher demand than like the normal counterpart of them because they glow, which is kind of cool I guess to some people. And also there are some mega collectors that look for specific megas. However, I declined this trade because they were under, and it's kind of like a big downgrade. What I'm looking for is like more 3 to 4 really good pets compared to like a bunch of smaller pets. Okay, this offer is also under, and it really started going downhill when they added the Green Reaper and the Neon Cat, and then they added a pet accessory. So they were still adding, but I just declined because I know they're probably not gonna add some really good pets like right after a pearl accessory. The third offer starts off with 2 Mega Legendaries, but as you can see, like the Legendaries are all very bulky, including the Neon Legendaries. They're all like very hard to trade pets because, for example, the Glormy Dolphin was free, so obviously a bunch of people got a lot of them. And on the other hand, the T-Rex is like just not popular in demand. So I think that's the main problem and why I declined. Okay, wow, this offer was the funniest to me. Nothing much to say, they're just poor. Low value, low demand pets. Okay, so this one is actually the best offer I have ever seen. It's an Evil Unicorn, a Peppermint Penguin, and a Neon White Husky. So this offer is really good because we all know that the Evil Unicorn and the Pepper Penguin has really high demand and value. So this is exactly the type of like small downgrade I'm looking for with high demand pets, and it's a decent overpay. At first I asked them to replace the Neon Husky, but they refused, so I just accepted. But when the trade entered the countdown of confirming and stuff, they left the server and the trade was automatically declined, so it was a pity, but I guess we would find some better trades. This is just under, also very under. This one is actually a win, but since I previously got the Evil Unicorn offer, I think this is not a very big overpay, so I just didn't choose to accept. And another reason is that the shark has not a very high demand. I don't think it looks like very preppy or in any sort of way, so I don't really see myself like trading it very conveniently or whatsoever. So I feel like I would just like have a hard time getting rid of it. That's why I didn't want the trade. This is also very obviously under. If you don't know, a crow is worth more than a neon Arctic reindeer, so this is definitely not the type of trade that would be a win. Also very obviously under. This is also very under, and the other problem with this trade is there's nothing really eye-catching. I don't see any megas, I don't see any very high demand legendaries, so I would not even accept this trade if it was fair or a small win for me. Extremely under. There are some decent pets in there, like the Neon Kitsune and the Neon Polar Bear, but it's just overall still under. This is also under, and crocodiles have a lower demand as well. Besides that, I think I have a Neon Crocodile myself, and I think I'll be trading it as a video in the future. Okay, I can tell they tried. This is also under, but I do not understand why they put the new mermaid pet before the Neon Rhino. I think when you're adding pets, you should prioritize putting the more valuable pets in front. Also very under, they didn't even bother adding. Like I said, a crow is worth more than a neon Arctic reindeer, so this is also under. This would be a small lose, but it's really close to fair. Neon turtles are really good in demand, but ghost bunnies, because it's an ultra rare, some people don't recognize its value, and it's very hard to trade off. Many megas and neons in this offer. Obviously it's under, but I think it's very cool to see a mega Sakura snake or whatever it's called. I think it looks really fabulous. This trade is either a small lose or a fair trade. However, I don't think I'll accept it even if it's a win, because it is just a very, very big downgrade. You can see that I'm trading my 1 pet for 9 plus pets, which is not ideal. I would rather get like 3 to 4 high demand, high value pets. Under, obviously. Also under, but some very high demand pets. Under. I think this trade is a lose for me, and I would also like to note that phoenixes are hard to trade because when you ride on it, it's very hard to click on the trade icon, and I think that's an aspect that you need to consider when you're trading for pets, because if people can't like conveniently send you the trade request, it would be hard to trade off the pet and get rid of it. Also very obviously under because pigs are worth less than cows and cows are worth way less than crows. A mega shrew is definitely very interesting, but I have no idea how the demand for it is, so I would not accept this trade. It is very nice to see both a strawberry bad dragon and a neon unicorn. Obviously, these 2 pets in neon form is both very high demand, but I think it's a small lose for me, even though they added all those pets. Under by a lot. Under. Generally fair or a small lose for me, but I do want to note that the king monkey is not a very good looking pet, and I don't think the demand for it is very high. Same for Frost Fury. It's kind of like the phoenix. It's very hard to send the person the trade since it takes up so much space and it just constantly moves up and down. Not only were they under, but they also removed some pets. Okay, so all of the previous trades was from the first day of seeing offers for it, and on the second day I got a lot more offers, but some of them was like very similar to the previous ones, so I'm not gonna show them, and I'm just gonna show some of the highlights of the day. And on day 2 we got this offer which contained like only neons and megas of high tier pets, and I think it was like a small win for me, but I don't really think it was worth it because some of these pets are really hard to trade, like the Riven. I don't really know how to say the dragon's name, but you get what I mean. And the first 2 legendaries, mega legendaries are good of course, but those 2 legendaries are just kind of bulky and not very high in value. Okay, the second trade is so good. I think they overpaid by a lot. I think it was almost a 0.2 overpay. I think it was like 0.18 or something. And it was really good. And I was ready to accept the trade. We were confirming the trade. But then, like a lot of spectators, people who are watching us trade reacted with the thumbs up, and it made the person I was trading with very hesitant of accepting, and in the end she chose to decline. That's what I really hate about like the spectate thing. Like, yeah, you can watch the trade, but why would you be able to react to it? You're literally just gonna influence the outcome. So I think like that's a feature that Adopt Me should really consider removing, because I think it does hinder some of the trades. Okay, so this is the trade I ended up doing. It's for my crow and albino monkey. So they just sent me a trade and they said hi and they asked if I could add. And I checked the values of their pets on Adopt Me GG, and then she was giving me about like, I don't know, 0.2 overpay, a little more than that. So I decided to add my albino monkey like as they requested, and it was still a 0.115 win for me, which was really decent. I know that like in the last trade I won a lot more than that, but obviously they didn't end up accepting it. Maybe they reconsidered it and found out it was a lose for them. Anyway, I'm actually pretty happy with the trade because it's 2 pets for 3 pets, so it's not a really big downgrade, and it's just very interesting, like these pets. I think it will be a good video for me to make about like trading the mega Arctic fox, because that's not something I have made a video on before, and I don't think I even owned this pet ever before.